am gay as hell.
When I walk, I just sort of glide everywhere that I go.
Hey, bada boo, hey.
I just like the sound it's clacking.
All gay, 12 steps.
Let's take shots.
Might as well have just crab walked across the living room floor, spinning my head around, spewing puke everywhere.
Baby.
Pin drop.
I think I realized I was gay. I was pretty young. I was probably like 9 or 10, I think. I think other people started to realize when I was at a 6th grade basketball game and my coach swore and I went, I literally can't do this anymore. Just left the game. I feel like my parents always kind of knew too, because like my dad would give my brothers advice. My dad would tell my brothers, find a gal that makes you feel like you don't deserve her, which is beautiful, right? And then he would look at me and be like, don't do cocaine. But also, like, me and my brothers, like, we grew up so different from each other. Like, both my brothers are taller than me, they're fitter than me, they carry themselves with confidence, you know? I'm small, pale, I carry myself like an inbred European prince. I don't even really, like, step when I walk, I just sort of glide everywhere that I go. I know I'm not ugly, though, I know that. Like, on a 1 to 10 scale, I don't think I could model, but I could definitely end a Republican senator's career, you know? That's what I feel like on that. Might just go to DC, take him down one dick at a time, you know? No. I ended up coming out to my family not too long ago, and my parents, they both have very different reactions. My dad probably took it the hardest at first. My dad was like, oh my God, I can't believe my son is gay. I could have a stroke, I could have a heart attack. And I was like, you're being such a fucking queen right now. It's kind of my moment, and you are hogging the spotlight, so fall back. My family is Jamaican, by the way, and homophobia is like our second best Olympic sport. Like, it's like bobsledding, boom, you know? Like, they get to it. I think the funniest thing that my dad said, though, he was like, my brothers were recording his reaction, and he was like, you know, it's like you ask your son to go mow the lawn, and he just decides to be gay. And like, I wanted to be mad, but that's exactly what happened, honestly. He asked me one too many times, I was like, I want to go suck a dick. I fucking hate it here. My mom was a polar opposite, though. My mom found out and she texted me and she was like, I love my gay son. And then she started saying shit like, I don't know, maybe I'm gay. I love my friends. Me and Sandra have a great relationship. Maybe we can make something work. I don't know. It was weird, though, because I told my brothers, I have 2 younger brothers, Javon and Javay, we couldn't afford other letters. And my younger brother, Javon, ended up coming out to me as bi not too long after, which was shocking, because, like, another person taking my moment. But also, my mom had a gay child, a bi child, and a straight child, so her womb was basically a gay dance club that became a Buffalo Wild Wings.
I had a hard time coming out to my dad because he's Muslim. And now he expects me to get like 10 wives. That's a lot of wives. I did get 1 wife. I got married last year, guys. My wife is awesome. Her family is from the South, Republican. They go to church every Sunday. I was the first like lesbian girlfriend she introduced. I guess the others were straight. Can you imagine how terrifying that must have been for them? Like what they expected to come to their house in Virginia that day, the first lesbian? Must have been horrible, like, I've stolen your daughter's heart. And I built a deck out front. Collars, 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 plaid, cats. But they love me. This is the amazing thing. They fucking love me. I know my father-in-law loves me because he took me hunting and he didn't shoot me. My father-in-law woke me up at 3 in the morning. I put on this orange onesie. We go into the woods. He's like dipping tampons in deer pee and hanging them on bushes. I'm looking at him like, who's got the weird lifestyle now? I wanted to come out to my Muslim family for a really long time, but my dad was always like, shh, keep it a secret, man. Secrets are cool. I was like, Dad, I'm married now. What's your 5-year plan with this secret? I just keep on showing up to family things with like, my white best friend. She loves Ramadan. Pretty soon we've got like a little kid best friend. I don't fucking know. What? We found him in a well. I do want a kid eventually. That's the only thing that sucks about being a lesbian is like, in order to have a baby that looks half like me and half like my wife, I need my brother's sperm. No straight girls ever need their brother's sperm to complete this potion. No, I need it. And it's not for me. Some people are weird after shows. They're like, you can't put that shit inside of you, man. Your babies will be weird. Like, you're weird. They think I wanted to make like a super Jalise. Like, yep, she's 90% blind, 50% deaf, but 100% Jalise. No, I want my brother's sperm so that my wife does a handstand, I do a layup, and just, baby. Right? The gayest move in the WNBA. Done. I asked him for a super cash. She's like, how's your day? Can I have like a dollop of your sperm? And his real response was, I just don't know how my future wife would feel about it. I was like, I don't know how I feel about your future wife being such a bitch.
Interesting thing to me about being a big drag, and I'm a big lady, all right? I'm what they call in Harlem an SLW, a suspiciously large woman, okay? So more than anything, it's been like the interactions that I have. Are there any other queers here? Queers, make some noise. And by the way, can I say that this is the best time in the world to be queer? I'm so excited. Being queer is the best fucking thing that ever happened to me. And I walk around with like power. I'm walking around like, yeah, motherfucker. That's right, motherfucker. Because everyone knows nowadays you can't say anything remotely sideways about queers. If you even slightly inconvenience a queer person on TV, 100 male ballet dancers will show up outside your fucking job and pot a bouret until you come downstairs and apologize. We're like, did you make fun of my dog's wedding? Pot a bouret, pot a bouret. I douched and you canceled. Pot a bouret, pot a bouret. Are there any straight guys? This is just a question. Any straight guys here? It's just silent. I also love how diminutive straight guys are getting. Like 10 years ago, straight guys here, woo, woo, woo. Now they're like, I love how stupid straight guys always sound. Like listen to me. This is, in my opinion, queer people are smarter than straight people. It's just my opinion. It's my opinion! And I also think that women are just smarter than men. It's true. Which essentially makes lesbians the smartest people on the planet. Which is why I'm probably gonna vote for Elizabeth Warren. Oh, she is a fucking lesbian. If I've ever seen one in my life, she would eat a pussy like it had an expiration date, okay? I gotta eat all this pussy tonight, it could go bad tomorrow. Are there any straight girls here who love gay guys? You cheering for her? You look adorable, actually. What I've learned is this, too, because there was like a really sacred, like super strong connection between straight girls and gay guys. We've been there forever. You remember. Amanda, Becky, Miranda, I don't know. I was so close. What's your name? Mary. I was so close! No, we've been there for each other. You remember you took me to prom, thanks. I told you bangs aren't for everyone. I see someone here needs to hear that message again tonight. if you are like a straight guy and you have a girlfriend who loves gay guys and goes to drag shows all the time, I can promise you with certainty, I have seen a picture of your dick. Yes, bitch, I promise you, because that is the agreement that we have. That is what it is. Because let me tell you right now, gay guys, we are pigs. We are disgusting. Just because you're gay doesn't mean you stop being fucking nasty as hell. Gay guys, we trade dick pics like trading cards, okay? We hold those motherfuckers like Pokemon cards. Carl, I choose you. And like whenever a straight girl like shows you pictures from vacation, they're like, look at my phone, cruise through it, I have nothing to hide. Gay guys are like, I'll hold the phone. Don't swipe left, don't swipe right. Bitch, look at the picture on the phone. You can get into the Pentagon before you get into a gay man's cell phone. I tell you that right now, girl. And also, everyone says like, what's the best advice you can get from your gay friends? I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the truth, this is the tea. There is nothing, let me tell you right now, I'm just speaking for myself. This is just me and my opinion, okay? But if you come to me and you want tips on how to suck dick, bitch, I will change your life. Let me tell you right now, you listening to me, sister? I don't know why they call it a blowjob, because it doesn't feel like work to me, okay?
So obviously, as Christian as my parents are, they did not take it super well when I came out of the closet, mostly because I did not come out of the closet. They read my journal when I was 17. Yes, gasp is right. It was rough because at that point in my life, my journal was less of like an introspective thoughts and dreams journal and more of just a BuzzFeed list of guys' dicks I was sucking, you know? Like, no content to sift through, just straight to the headlines. It was clickbait for my parents. They couldn't resist. They had to see it. It was tough for them. But what's even funnier, so I mentioned I was adopted. I have 2 adopted siblings. They're biological to my mom and dad. And I have an older brother, and a couple of years ago, he also came out of the closet, which is like, wow, you know, like, oh, I couldn't have planned a better prank, you know, like that. Oh, you punked him good, Jesus. I can't. Oh, it's so funny. It's so delicious to me because my parents, they really, like, they truly rolled the dice there, you know? Like, they made one themselves, they got one off the rack, and they both turned out gay, you know? Like, I don't know what the scientific argument is there, but that feels like nurture, bitch, okay? That feels like your fault. What was going on there? Bet you wish you didn't vaccinate us now, Mom and Dad, huh? Do you want 2 sons without polio or 2 straight sons? You can't have it all right? You gotta give some stuff up. Now, again, I am just joking. I love vaccines, okay? I can't get enough. Every time a new one comes out, I'm just like, you know? I just love it. My poor dad, oh goodness. He's been through the ringer. It was really hard for him. My dad is sort of like an amateur pastor in a lot of ways. Like, we didn't go to a church growing up. We had church at home led by my dad, and oh, my God, yes, now that I'm saying it, I was in a cult. That's what that is. It's not a church at all. Yeah, he had a real rough time with me growing up. I was a real shit kid. I was difficult to raise. I remember when I was 13, we had a fight that was so outrageous that my dad tried to exorcise me in the middle of the fight. And when I realized what he was doing, I just started to laugh maniacally in his face, which in hindsight did not help my case, you know? Like, that seems like something a demon might do in that situation. I might as well have just crab walked across the living room floor, spinning my head around, spew and puke everywhere, you know?
Yes, I do comedy and I look like this. You're welcome. You're welcome. I am a hero. Yeah, I realized that I can't die right now because I haven't even been gay that long. Yeah, I've only been gay for 6 years. Full time. Yeah. Yeah, I was being gay on the weekends and that shit don't count, okay? You gotta put in real hours with this gay stuff. All right, now I have like a gay mentor to make sure I hit all gay 12 steps. I have a straight parole officer to make sure I don't do no straight shit no more. Right? Like kiss with both your eyes closed. You do that? Yes, you do. Very straight. That is so, you straight, Yeah, I kiss with both my eyes open. That's very gay. We just want to fucking see your soul. That is so romantic, right? Yeah, I'm femme. I see a lot of you people looking. There's a lot of guys that are like, gay look like that now? Yes, we look like this. Not all of us are Ellen, okay? If you don't know what femme is, femme means I dress like I look like I want men to talk to me, but I don't. Unless you're industry, right? Whoever books Riverdale, come talk to me. I want to be on that show. I will talk to you, Trevor, all right? Yeah, a lot of people ask, who's the man in the relationship? Because I usually date women that are also femme. And I just think it's like a ridiculous question. You know, like we're in a different time now. Gender does not matter. It doesn't matter what gender you are. We are all fucking miserable in relationships. We all are just one argument away from dating a tree. I think that's pansexual. I have no idea. I think Janelle Monáe is that. Yeah, people ask me who is the man in a relationship? Does that matter? That doesn't matter. But I'm not making women come, so I'm definitely the dude. I am the dude in the relationship. Look at all the women laughing and the men are like, what the fuck is she talking about? Everything. I'm talking about everything. Even Alexa know that we not coming, okay? She can hear us not come. Yeah, we're not having orgasms. They're very complicated for women. Men, you could lose your whole family in a car crash and you still coming on the walls. That's just what it is. I think that Yin Yang Twin song, all skeet, 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 that's y'all coming everywhere. That's what that song is about. But us, it's just a little bit more complicated. We are thinkers. We are constantly thinking. We could be in a full-blown position and be like, did I blow my candle out at home? And then we can't come, right? I think women need a lot of things to have an orgasm. Like for me, I need a slither of light, just a little bit. I don't know if there's any dudes back there. Just this is much light we need in the room. Not really to see the body, but to escape. That's what I'm looking for. How the fuck do we get out this place? Right, because anything could happen. What if an intruder comes through the window? I did take that class, so let's go. But I'm also older, so I caught that Charlie horse. I got mace in my purse, but I also got a bodega cat in there, so I can't protect nobody, right? Yeah, orgasms are very complicated. I don't know. There's a lot of variables that gotta be set up. Like for me to come comfortably, my direct deposit gotta hit. You know, that's what I need. I'm not asking for much, Greg. I'm not asking for much. I can't release until the money is released on Thursdays at midnight. That is when I be drip dripping. Clean up on aisle 7.
My phone, speaking of, actually thinks I'm straight. I'm gay, but my phone thinks I'm straight. And I know that to be true because it recently auto-corrected hi bitch to hobbit. I was like, okay, I can pass. I actually very much can pass. I've already once been featured on Comedy Central's Instagram account, and that's why this is a huge honor. Thank you so much. Okay, calm down or I'm gonna call the police and report you for obsession with me. Truly the last time I was on Comedy Central's Instagram, I did no gay material, just like family values shit. But I did speak in this voice, and it upset straight people across the nation. I think they thought I was doing it on purpose, which I agree would be socio. But I did read every single comment because I am absolutely obsessed with myself, and it was just, gay people aren't funny, I hate gay people, I hate the white girl whine, we get it, you like dick, don't gonna sound like one's in you right now, gay people aren't funny. But then thank God, finally people did come on and say, actually shut up, because gay people are funny. And just because this person isn't funny, doesn't mean no gay people are funny. And I was like, oh my God, even the allies are absolutely dragging me. Put it on my tombstone. Here lies Pat Regan. The allies hated him even. I do have one gay uncle, which is amazing. We're the only two gay people in my family, so you'd think we'd be friends, but we're rivals. He's a church queen. He's like addicted to cathal. Can't get enough of the stuff. Like the Pope is like his Britney. Whereas I'm kind of more the kind of gay that like loves Queer Eye, you know? Thank you. I love Queer Eye's ethos of like, what matters is not how you look. What matters is how you feel. And how you feel is based on how you look. So we are gonna teach you about under eye stick. I think that's very cool. I do have a boyfriend right now. Thank you. And his whole entire deal is that this past July, he actually got out of a 10-year relationship with a woman. Pin drop. And, but what I will say is he is 5'8", and the girl was 6'2", so it was very much a queer relationship. And people always say, like, is that hard, is that hard, is that hard? And honestly, that isn't hard. What's difficult about the relationship is that his name is Angelo, which is obviously a very erotic name. And my name is kind of famously Pat. So if we do choose to have sex with one another and we're kind of getting into it, and I'm like, Angelo! And then he's like, Pat. We immediately stop, everyone puts their clothes back on, we pretend we had never met each other.
I know y'all can't tell, but I'm recently gay. Yeah, you have to clap when you'll be canceled. I wasn't even supposed to be over here long term. I was just over here like doing a little sample trial, like a 7-day free trial. Don't put your credit card number in. And I had so much fun, I forgot to cancel my subscription. And I've been here for 3 years now, and it's crazy. Like, 'cause being gay is expensive, and they don't talk about that. It's expensive. And like, I'm picky with my gay. That's the thing, I'm not gay for everybody. Very picky. Like, when ugly girls find out I'm gay, they be like, you gay? I be like, nah. This has absolutely nothing to do with you, no. I'm not dating an ugly guy. I'm not gonna date an ugly girl. That's a waste. If I'm gonna be gay, I need to be top-notch gay. So I went and found me a girlfriend. She's beautiful. And it's crazy, because I picked the restaurant for the first date. We met at the restaurant. She was dressed up, I was dressed up. It was cute. We ordered food, she got food, I got food. She got drinks, I got drinks. She was like, let's take shots. I was like, let's take shots. Took shots, she was like, let's get dessert. I was like, baby, let's do it. And then the bill came out, right? And it got quiet like this. Because at that point, we was just two beautiful women sitting across from each other. And I was confused because I was trying to figure out who was paying for it because I knew I wasn't. I was like, I'm not paying for this. I don't know what she's thinking, but I know I'm not. So the waiter came back out to the table. He was like, are you ladies ready yet? I was like, we are not. We have a problem. Give us a second. Let's figure this out. So I looked at her across the table and I was like, well, since I picked the restaurant, I think I should be the judge of this. So I looked at her. And then I looked back at myself and I was like, well, my titties are bigger than yours. So you the man by default. Pay this bill and make sure you tip, sir. And she did, she paid it. She's a great guy, she's a good one.
I want to start off by letting you know that I am gay as hell. I'm great at it. I do a great job. I was sitting there being black. I was like, you know what? Give me another thing. I got it. Come on over. I'm also African, thoroughbred from the source. Thank you so much. Thank you. I came to America when I was a little diva. It's also the first time I ever saw a white person. And my immediate thought was, it's a black ghost. This country's filled with apparitions. Oh, man. I have been gay for quite some time. I came out when I was 18, back in the year 2000, before it was cool. I told my parents I was gay. They're both very traditional African immigrants, so I don't recommend doing that. Write them a letter. They can't read. But I told them I was gay, and my dad got very upset. I don't know if it was because I said I was gay or that I sang the entirety of Papa Don't Preach immediately afterwards. It's a much longer song than you think it is. But he got very mad. And he said the most cliche thing you can say in that situation. He said, God hates gay people. I was like, tight. I'm an atheist. Telling me God hates gay people is like telling me a leprechaun hates my suit. I don't believe in leprechauns. Also, this is a shitty leprechaun because this is a dope-ass suit. You need to hang out with better leprechauns. But if I did subscribe to religion, if that was something I truly believed in, you're essentially telling me that God hates me, yet he made me look like a perfect angel. Look up and down, find a flaw. I woke up like this, there's none. There's none. Look at the legs. You have to fire them because they don't fucking quit.
So I grew up on the south side of Chicago, and I came out when I was 17. But I knew that coming out risked losing people that were close to me. But at the time in my life, I was like, you know what? So be it. I have 4 sisters and my parents. That's who I wanted to come out to. I was too afraid to tell my sisters in person, so I just sent them a group text. And all it said was, hey guys, I'm gay. Then one of them wrote back, yeah, that makes sense. Then I wrote back, what is that supposed to mean? Then she wrote, you wear a lot of cowboy boots in the summer. And I replied, I just like the sound of clacking. Then I wrote, oh, there it is. I see what you mean. Okay. But I was so mad because I was expecting them to abandon me. I was going to use that trauma to create art in the future. They deprived me of that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to come out to my mother because she's crazy Christian. I was, again, too afraid to tell her in person. I wrote her a letter, and I went to school. I'm sitting in class, and I get a text message from her. And all it says is, I wouldn't care if you were a green alien. I will love you no matter what. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? I was going to use whatever fucked up thing she said as the prologue to my memoir. So I go home because I know she has something else to say. She's a sneaky bitch. She calls me into the bathroom. She's sitting on the toilet. We have a close relationship. I sit on the edge of the tub. She looks me in the eyes and she says, I love you, but you know you're going to hell, right? And I replied, you're divorced, so are you? And we looked at each other for a very long time. And she took a deep breath and she said, you got me there. And I was like, yes, I did. The gay comes quick. I'm sassy. And then I was like, dope. I'm an out homosexual man. Got my first boyfriend that summer. My nephew had a birthday party, brought him to the party, normalized it all. It was great. Then on my way home, I got a text message from my father, and he was like, who was that guy? And I wrote back, that was my boyfriend. And he wrote, you're gay, ? And I wrote, oh my God, I forgot to tell you. And then he wrote, no joke, this is exactly what he wrote. It's okay, just don't get AIDS. And I replied, yeah, you neither. And then he wrote, you got me there. And I was like, yes, I did.